All right, guys, welcome back. We are going to try something a little bit different today. We're going to go through our mobility instead of doing kind of the smoking and joking form of it. We're going to take this more of a traditional yoga style. So I found on Spence's phone his yoga flow, and once we get going, we'll talk through the movements, and we're going to do the whole thing, but we're going to play more Spence's style music here and settle into this for the next 20-25 minutes, and then we'll get a feel for what you like better. Do you want to laugh a little bit more? Do you want to really get serious and get a little deeper into these movements? It's up to you guys. But we'll try both. And then if you don't like Spencer's music, you can mute us, follow along, and you can play whatever you want in the background. If you want to listen to a podcast, I've had a lot of success with people that will do some type of mobility and listen to a podcast in the background. They're just following the TV. Whatever works for you guys. But these are important days. I know people think that there's no barbell component, there's no strength component, and you don't need as much mobility. I strongly disagree. So take it serious, and you'll get a lot out of this. All right, here we go. We're on the clock, Spence.
All right, so we're gonna come up to a standing position. We're going in a nice forward fold, so both feet are gonna be close together, about right underneath our hips. If we can interlock our fingers in the back and rise up when we do this, we can.
Do you want Phil to show that just real quick?
Yeah, Phil, can you give them? So we'll interlock our fingers in the back.
Yes.
Like that. And as we go into that forward fold, we're going to bring our arms up and hands up as high as we can.
Yep, go ahead and bring them up.
Yeah,
Yep. They're up.
Go ahead and bring them up.
So if you can't do that, here's our...
We're going to grab a hand over hand here. We'll go into that forward fold, and then our arms will go up. So it's kind of a mixture of a forward fold, stretching those hamstrings, and then getting a shoulder stretch. All right, so we're going to go 1 minute. We can grab a band, a towel, a shirt, whatever we have here.
I can't play the music yet, so stand by.
We're going to have music.
My hands are tied. Bear with me.
That's a close grip there, Phil.
Again, we're looking for those hands to be vertical. Obviously, that's tough for people like me and Philip. That's a challenge for us. Trying to let that chest fall and cave in. Get as close to those thighs and quads as I can.
One more big breath. And nice and easy. Let those arms fall. We're gonna go back to that seated position. Get some music going. We're going seated cross shin. So we'll just cross our shins like we're sitting crisscross applesauce. If you can stack your foot on top. We're not quite flexible to be able to do that. So just tuck those toes and feet up underneath as much as we can. We're gonna stay nice and tall for the first minute. Put that chest right over your hips. 1 minute just sitting here.
Pretty good song. Pretty good song. I give it to him. It's called Sea of Dreams, if anybody wants to search it.
This is going to turn for relaxing.
I can see.
Okay, we're supposed to be serious.
On YouTube. Us three trying to sing Indian style to this music.
For those of you that never been able to beat Spencer in a workout, or Philip or myself, now's your chance. Now is your chance.
I think plenty of them.
Stretch it.
That's why there's only 3 of us. We're all guaranteed a podium spot.
That's right. All right, and if we're comfortable, we'll go into a little bit of a forward fold, so we'll stretch those glutes a little more, that lower back a little bit. Reach those hands out in front. We'll be 1 more minute here. Let's come out of that. We're gonna switch sides. So just flip those feet across. Make sure we tuck them nice and good again. Starting this first minute, straight up and down here. Come on, this side's bad.
Switched and blasted one a couple times.
What are you doing?
I'm sitting upright.
What are you doing? Don't touch your toes so far.
Feels good.
Put it always on.
Just a little better. Gift of love. I do think, like I said last week, about the breathing work that I think is going to become more prevalent. I think you're going to see people start to incorporate these mobility, flexibility, yoga days more frequently as their age increases, and more importantly, their training age. The training age is, let's say Philip is 40 years old and he's been training since he's 18. His training age would be 22. When you start to get up in those double-digit training days, training years, it becomes much more important to be able to have mobility and flexibility. And I think you're going to find that as we get older, we get a little bit smarter, our egos get a little bit smaller, and we can start to incorporate these type of days.
All right, let's fall forward 1 minute here.
Because the reality is, it's the psychological part of it that keeps us coming back on a daily basis, kind of like an addict, where we come back and we're searching for that euphoric high, whatever it is we get, that competition or whatever that your mind is telling. Some of us, it's just, I have to come do this or my day's not complete. It's psychological that forces us into that mindset. Once we can kind of get that under control and realize that we're doing just as much for our body by taking it a little easier that day and hitting some mobility work and something like this, then our brain, our body will follow our brain. And as you can see of my flexibility, I have not yet matured to that level yet, but I'm getting there.
Let's roll out of this. Our next position is going to be a lizard. You guys can remember what that is. Just a nice lunge out front. We're focusing on this back hip. Sending that back hip forward, squeezing that glute in the back. Both hands right inside our feet here. 90 seconds. That's fine too.
You ready for this next one?
No, I know exactly what you're going to tell me. Me and Philip will be equally ready for this next one. Wait till you know, man.
Wait for me too. I can't. I don't know if I'm gonna reach my foot.
Reach your one.
This is definitely gotten better.
Yeah.
We're getting deeper.
Yeah, for sure. It's just under 2 times a week that you're going to average this mobility stuff, and you will by the end of the next 30 days. God willing, we're back in here May 1st, but you'll be surprised at no different than push-ups. Think how much better you got at push-ups. Same thing with mobility. It's just not as black and white with mobility. It's black and white if Philip does 20 push-ups one day and 3 weeks later does 30. He knows he got better. It's a little more vague when the mobility comes around. You can't really tell the test retest as much.
All right, guys, we're gonna go into a twisted cross. Well, not twisted cross, twisted lizard. So if we can do this, we're gonna rock back, grab our back foot here, and we're stretching that back quad using this left hand as support. If we can't do that, we'll stay nice and in our lizard and just get a little deeper there.
Son of a gun.
We'll go 90 seconds here. And be fine just staying in that lizard if you can't reach your foot.
Got him.
I'm gonna try one more.
not that bad, Steve. Oh, this is embarrassing.
Feel free to stay in that lizard pose, guys, if you don't quite have it yet. Oh, man.
This is stretch. Weird, isn't it? 30 more seconds.
That was only a minute.
Andrea, would you please, if Ted is watching this and laughing, I hope he's actually doing this exact stretch, because Big Ted is gonna look a lot like myself, I would imagine. So don't let him just sit in the couch and laugh at me. Make him get in here and do this.
Drop that back foot. Switch sides. Left side up for that lizard. We'll start 90 seconds here.
So if you can't grab that back foot, just stay in lizard for 3 minutes.
I'm gonna get this back foot. It's coming. I wasn't fully prepared for it. I'm mentally preparing myself. We're good. Just the music got me a little bit. My body relaxed so much it just
Start cramping.
cramped a little bit.
That one, for whatever reason, I've done it a couple times in the past. Because I used to have it where I want to count. And it would, when you pull it up like that, it's pretty handy.
That's what would get me, man. It's funny. I used to think that people would tell you that once you start to get a cramp, if you could just relax,
No.
just relax. It does not
No, it
work.
does not work.
Does not work.
It's kind of like Agnew saying you can do a split.
Yeah.
If your mind.
So I think the way we worded that is wrong.
Maybe the way Agnew worded it.
Like, not at any given time you have the capability. It's more if you have the capability to get to one.
Yes. The only thing I wish right now is that we could showcase Aggie's abilities right now. I do miss the guy.
All right, we're gonna go to that twisted lizard. It's the same thing. If we can reach that back foot, grab it. Or reach with our left hand this time, using our right hand to support. Seconds. Let that back down. Nice and easy.
Good thing snap.
We'll go down to our stomach. We're gonna go into a nice seal pose. So hands right underneath the shoulders. Press those shoulders up towards the sky. As best we can here. We're gonna be here for a good while, so try to get real relaxed. As best we can. Can't get my words out.
You might be onto something, you know. I think one of the things that are intimidating about yoga is
you go into these studios and they're so good at what they do. It's just hard to imagine that there's a basic level as low as what I have. So by now, for us, we're showing people
They can do it too.
that if we can do it, anybody can do it.
This gets too much on your lower back. We can go down to our elbows and reach up that way. It's kind of a, not necessarily a scaled version, but a little easier version. One more minute here. Two big deep breaths. And then we can fall out of that nice and easy. Chest back down towards the ground. Take a second, we'll rock up. Find our hands on our knees. Toes tucked in the back. We're going into a seal pose. This will be not a seal pose, a saddle pose. Be nice on 3 minutes. Start upright if you need to, and work your way back as much as you can.
Should my knees be apart? Or
Yeah, let's go hip width apart with those shoulders about, or with those knees. Toes together in the back.
It's going to be a beautiful day when you guys are doing this mobility. Be great to do it outside. Be great to do it in the backyard, wherever. Get in the sun,
Some vitamin D.
help you sweat. It's obviously much easier to do mobility when it's nice and warm than it is cold.
Halfway, guys, 90 more seconds.
Arches of your feet don't cramp at all.
Yeah.
They do.
Feel great, yeah.
My minor.
At least to not be able to even come close to getting in the saddle post.
Man, the bottoms of my feet, man, are we're just gonna force it.
Yep. One more minute. slowly come out of that. We get up back to our hands and our knees. Bring those toes up. Wiggle them around a little bit. Get a good circular rotation out of them a couple times. And then we'll go find a seated position. We're going to a seated stratum. So get these feet as wide as we can make them here. Stretch your hips out a little bit. We're gonna be here 3 minutes also. So we can start upright and fall into it as we get through these 3 minutes. Try not to force anything, just fall into it. If you need to put your hands back for support, push those hips forward a little bit, get a little more stretch here in your groin.
I believe that's pronounced growing.
My bad.
B-dub.
Growing.
You know, during this time off, away from the gym, I know me personally, I've thought a lot about how we structure things, and I think that my mindset is slowly changing when it comes to programming. I've always wanted to maximize the 60 minutes of time that we have every class, and that's why I think if you compare, we're no better, no worse, we're just different. I think if you compare what we pack into 60 minutes, it is a lot of work. There's quick transitions between strength or gymnastics or conditioning into the Metcon. There's just a lot of stuff in there. What that does, it doesn't allow us as much time on the back end to do a really aggressive cool down. And what I'm probably going to be toying with here this summer is taking and shrinking some of these pieces down and being able to add in a more thorough cool down for everybody. But it's a little more challenging than just doing that, because it's got to be compliance on the client end, which, you know, we still get a lot of people when the workout's over. It doesn't matter if there's 6 minutes left or 2 minutes left. You know, they're putting their stuff up and they're out the door because they got someplace else they think they need to be or they need to be. And now if we end 10 minutes early and we have 6 to 8 minutes of mobility included in there, the problem we're going to run into is it's going to be split 50-50. Half of us will really like that. The other half will want to see some more work done in that 60 minutes. So trying to balance that out is the challenge of any gym owner. But that's what I'm looking at, because I do think there's a big advantage to this.
We'll come out of that. That's our 3 minutes. Our next pose is going to be a frog stretch. Find something to cushion your knees. We got a couple different options. Our knees are going to get as wide as we can here to stretch our groin. We're going to bring our feet together, our toes together. That'll be a little easier. To make it a little harder, you can walk your feet out. 2 minutes here. We can sit up nice and tall with our hands or go down our elbows, whatever's comfortable there.
These will be on our YouTube channel. Probably getting 1 million views. What do you think, Philip? 1 million, 2 million, whatever?
I think so.
But what you can do is if you enjoy this, man, before an endurance day or before anything, before you want to do a body weight, one of the body weight workouts, pull this thing back up. And if you've got 25, 27 minutes, if you only have half that, then cut these posts in half and hit this. This is one of those things that is only going to help you. So if you've got some extra time in the morning, you want to, again, throw on a podcast or throw on the news and sit in front of the TV, throw this on your tablet or your iPhone and just follow along with us. And I think you'll get a lot out of it. This doesn't have, you don't have to wait every 4 days for Mobility Day to come back up. You can add these in wherever you want. And the jokes get funnier when you watch them over and over again anyway. That's a proven fact. It's science.
All right, 2 minutes is up. Slowly work yourself out of this. Find our hands and our knees again. Check out the hips.
Yeah, it did. Oh yeah, we're definitely going viral.
Same thing, tuck those toes in the back. We're going child's pose for 2 minutes. Reach those hands out in front. Rock those hips back towards our heels. Push those shoulders down towards the ground. Here's 2 minutes also. Inch those fingers out just a little bit to give that little extra stretch in your shoulders. Thread the needle. We're going to focus on putting our palm on the ground here. Reach that right on through. Palm stays on the ground as best we can. We're just laying down on our shoulder here. We're going to go 1 minute aside.
Thank you for this, Philip. This is great.
We need this.
switch sides. Last minute here, same thing. Left arm, shoot it through. Palm on the ground, and lay as far down as we can on top of it. Alright, our minute up is up there. That is it for today, guys.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you let us know what you think about the softer music side versus the more comic relief side. Give us your feedback, let us know which one you liked, and we'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your day.